I'd like to call the meeting to order. If everyone would stand and we'll pledge allegiance to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to introduce the officers. That would be me as the president, Larry as the vice president, Bruce, our secretary, Gordon Barron, he's not here today, and Steve Morris, he's membership and tech. Our members at large are Carol Taylor, Dan Cook, he's a little bit under the weather, so he wasn't attending today. Bob Whalen, he's our chaplain and our Fallen Veterans Program. Dick Tu, Jim Obernoff, and Malcolm Potter. Is Malcolm here? Oh, I think he's still over in that meeting next door. Okay, and then we have our honorable mention for our donut wrangler. Dennis, could you please come up? We would like to give you a veteran shirt that says Donut Wrangler on it. And Pat Bronson, is Pat here? Pat's here, isn't he? Yes. Pat, would you stand up, please? We would just like to give you an honorable mention because you're our oldest veteran member. Oh, most senior veteran. Okay. I stand corrected. Okay, our speakers today are Monica Oxford. They're all from the VA. She's going to talk about volunteer opportunities today. And then we have Luke Johnson, who is Monica's public relations officer. And he's going to talk about the programs and services that the VA offers. And then we have Bill Barkley. He's going to talk about enrollment and benefits. So Monica, how about if you come first?
Thank you, Sharon, and thank you, Sunflower Community, for this wonderful opportunity. Anytime I get the opportunity to speak to you all, I hope that I'm able to convey the thanks for all your time, your energy, your resources, and your volunteers that you provide our veterans at the VA Medical Center. There's no words that can capture the impact that you make in enhancing the care for our veterans who truly deserve that. So thank you so much for this opportunity right now. As of January 23rd, we have very many high need positions, one of them being travel beneficiary table volunteer. This volunteer would work Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 during business hours and assist veterans with submitting travel claims. Another opportunity is for an HR, a human resources receptionist. This is light admin work, also during business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 o'clock. We need volunteers to be a member of our Veteran Family Advisory Council Committee. This volunteer would serve as an advisory capacity to discuss opportunities and healthcare services that will provide that will improve the veteran experience. They must be a current patient and or family member of a patient receiving services at the Tucson VA Medical Center. Another opportunity are drivers for the disabled American veterans. We need veteran drivers or just actually volunteers to drive veterans to their medical center appointments in a VA provided van from Casa Grande or Sierra Vista to the Tucson VA Medical Center. Another opportunity is in our in-home visitor program. We need volunteers who would visit veterans who are isolated at home. Another opportunity would be to also call them if you're maybe not able to drive the distance to visit them in their home. Would be a weekly call just to have conversations, talk about what's new, what's on the news, any of your interests or hobbies, and have that connection and conversation with a veteran who's isolated at home. Another opportunity is with our Red Vest ambassadors. They do patient transport of patients in wheelchairs throughout the medical center. So a majority of the patients or veterans or guests come in through the Building 80 lobby, and they'll stop at the ambassador station and ask for a ride to Building 60 or wherever their appointments are throughout the facility. Dennis is one of them. They will provide that patient transport in a wheelchair to their appointments. Another opportunity is with the Red Vest ambassador as a dispatcher. This person answers the phone when the clinicians or nursing staff call stating we have a veteran who needs to go from our clinic to a different clinic. We will send one of our ambassadors, also known as escorts, to pick the veteran up in their wheelchair, take them to their next appointment. Other opportunities are with the vet centers. We have a Tucson Vet Center and a Yuma Vet Center that need help at the reception or front desk, helping with light administrative work and or answering questions at the front desk, talking to the veterans about resources in the vet center, or sending them to the right personnel in the vet center. Other opportunities are in our office, which is the Center for Development and Civic Engagement. We need a volunteer that would greet guests coming into our office, receive and stock donations, deliver items throughout the facility. For instance, when we get comfort care items or items for the homeless program, they'll take them to the different areas within the hospital. This would be an action. I mean, we would love somebody to be there and help us with this. We get so many visitors throughout the day, whether they're coming in looking for the opportunities to volunteer or dropping off a donation or questions in general. This would be a huge help to have someone intercept those questions or inquiries at the front desk. And we always try to keep a very light, happy mood in our front desk area, and I happen to know that all of you would be a wonderful fit. I always enjoy my conversations here with our veterans. Concierge is another opportunity. A concierge will help veterans with their wayfinding around the facility. We have them in Building 57, Building 60, in Building 80, and in the middle in Building 2. And they are able to recognize veterans who are kind of looking around, trying to get their bearings for where they're at in the hospital, and always tap them on the shoulder. Can we help you find your way, sir? So we have a good handful of wonderful, seasoned concierges right now, but we would love to have others join the mix because we do have a few gaps in our schedule that we could use a concierge. Another opportunity would be in the emergency department. This would be transporting patients, providing comfort care items, assisting cleaning in non-isolation rooms, stocking supplies, and checking in visitors in the lobby. This could be weekends or evenings. It doesn't have to be business hours. It could be any time. I mean, the emergency department is open 24/7, so there is a great need for having that assistance there. Another opportunity is being a hospice companion. This volunteer would support veterans and their families by providing additional non-medical interaction, just kind of being there, being a comfort for them while they're going, while they're visiting their veteran patients, or any situation that they're going through. They're there to help them with, letting them know where there's a break room where they can go and have coffee. There's treats there. There's comfort items. There's answering questions, and if they don't know the answer, finding out the answers for them. Um, during their time in hospice, the impact it would make on a family or veteran, having that additional support right there available just means the world. Another opportunity is the inpatient pharmacy admin assistant. This volunteer would assist with delivery of non-narcotic, non-hazardous medications to the wards and provide general duties to the pharmacy staff. That's also a Monday through Friday business hour schedule. Records and archiving could use a volunteer scanning and packaging records for proper storage. Those are during Monday through Friday business hours. Supply chain management assistant would help with equipment and supply distribution, scanning, and inventory, also during the business hours, Monday through Friday. There is an opportunity for weekend help as well. Survey assistant. This volunteer would assist inpatients complete surveys for nursing and nutritional questionnaires, also a Monday through Friday business hours. And lastly, waiting room concierge. This volunteer will check in on patients that are in the waiting rooms and offer conversation and or comfort items. This is a 1 to 2 hour Monday through Friday 1 to 2 hour time frame. It could be Monday through Friday through the business hours. Again, I can't thank you enough for everything you provide our facility. I mean, from your volunteers, from your time, your resources, inviting us to opportunities like this where we could provide some outreach and spread the information and spread the news about all the care that we're providing our veterans. It makes a huge impact on our veterans as well as staff there. So thank you so much for your support.
Okay, Luke, if you would come up and share with us the information that you have.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming out here this morning. Beautiful, beautiful morning, beautiful location. So thank you. So I'm just going to share a few updates from the Savahix February Director's Report. It hasn't been officially released, so you guys get a sneak peek at what's going on. So don't tell anyone. It's top secret. I'm just kidding. So we have a few big events that happened recently this past month. The first one that I would like to share is that we did a groundbreaking ceremony for the new Yuma VA outpatient clinic. So this is a big deal for our Yuma veterans because they've been asking for a while for a brand new state-of-the-art standalone clinic. So we partnered with Onvita Health in Yuma, which is the private healthcare hospital and network in Yuma, to build this clinic. So it's scheduled to open in the summer of 2027. I know we're not in Yuma, it's like 300 miles away, but it's a pretty big deal for us and for our veterans. And it's going to be located right off the freeway, off Interstate 8. So if you're driving to San Diego or California, or people in Yuma and visit, you're going to see it right off the freeway once it's built. It's going to be a visible site for the care that we provide for our veterans. So really excited. Just a couple things with the clinic. It'll be 30,000 square feet, freestanding clinic. It's going to be in the Onvita Foothills Medical Plaza. And again, it's scheduled to open in the summer of 2027. So this is part of the VA's nationwide expansion of healthcare clinics and services for veterans. So as we continue this construction project, I will make sure that you guys get updates on this because this is for us a pretty big deal and we're really excited about this clinic. Another event that we're really excited about, which is local, is we had our chapel ribbon cutting ceremony on Friday, this past Friday. So now we have a new dedicated chapel at the Southern Arizona VA Healthcare System 24/7. The chapel is located in building 2, room S100, which is on the west side of the campus. So please, if you get a chance, check it out. It's a really beautiful space. A lot of our services put a lot of time and effort into making this chapel a sacred, relaxing, and meditative space for families, veterans, visitors, anyone of all faiths, no faith. And then on Monday, we held a consecration ceremony with the Archbishop here in Tucson Catholic Church. So it was a really nice ceremony, which we held on Monday. So please check out the chapel when you get a chance. Also, I saw some flyers for it up there. So we are having a Smile Stone event, which is on Friday, February 6th from 11 to 1 in the auditorium. So I don't know if anyone's seen those stones with painted, like, have a nice day or smile faces on them. So we're doing an event for our veterans. They can share the stones in their local community. They can put them around the campus for staff and other veterans to find. So it's just another, nice thing when somebody sees that they're walking around campus, just to encourage them or bring healing to our veterans and encouragement to our staff. And then we will be hosting a mental health open house on February 19th. So there is limited space, but they do have a virtual option. So if you're interested in checking out the open house, I can give you the phone number to call if you want to get the link to join virtually. And also, a few things, there are flu shots still available. So I know that the flu is going around quite a bit. So if you haven't gotten your flu shot yet, you can go down to the hospital and go to our clinic and get the flu shot. We do offer the COVID-19 vaccine. So if you need the shot or are interested in learning more, you can talk to your primary care provider. And then also, additionally, we held on, let's see, what date is it? January 5th, we held our second homeless surge event. So our homeless outreach team, along with the city of Tucson, went out into Tucson proper, and they canvassed the area for homeless veterans. And during that surge event, they were able to help, I believe, over 40 homeless veterans find temporary housing, other resources to help them out. And they actually served hot meals, haircuts, clothing. So it was a really nice event that we held earlier in the month to support our homeless veterans. And along with that, last week or week or two, we did the Pit Count, which is an annual count of homeless folks here in Tucson, and it takes place nationwide. And so they were able to locate some additional homeless veterans and provide support and services for our homeless veterans. And I know a lot of the donations that you provide go to support our homeless veteran program, which they are very grateful, and I'm very grateful for as well. And in addition, I'm going to go back to Yuma for a second. In addition to our event that we had with the groundbreaking ceremony with Envita Health, we did do a resource fair for our veterans in Yuma. We don't do a lot of those. And we had probably over 150 veterans show up at our event just to get information on resources and events that are happening in Yuma. And then a couple things in conclusion. You'll see that there'll be steel beams going up around building 80. So they're expanding that. So you're going to see it around the campus. So there's still a lot of construction going on. And then in March, we're going to be celebrating the 10th anniversary of our Fisher House. So please check that out. Right now we have it scheduled for March 6th. So we're going to have a car show, a resource fair. So if you get a chance, please come down and check that out, and we can get the flyers to you. And then one last thing, Monica, is it okay if I mention the Youth Serve program? Okay, I know that's yours, but so we are taking applications for the Youth Serve program. So what that is we get, what's the age? Like, I don't know the age. So 14, so high school students will come onto our campus and volunteer during the summer and just kind of learn about hospital operations. And they'll volunteer with many different services just to learn, kids are interested in medical careers or serving veterans. It's just a wonderful opportunity. So Monica has more information on that program. So if you know any high school students, grandkids that want to apply or interested, we have the application. So I just want to mention that. And then that is all I have. So is there any questions for me? Yes, sir, in the back. So what we're doing, a couple things. We are expanding our primary care clinics. So they're building 2 floors of primary care clinics. So so if you go into the Saguaro Clinic, you have to go through all the construction into the little waiting room. So they're expanding primary care, and then they're also expanding the emergency department, growing that out because we're growing. And also another project that we're doing, which I think is in the final stages, is our mental health. They're expanding the mental health building. So we're growing. So there's a lot of expansion projects that are taking place to accommodate the influx of veterans that we see in our continual growth. And that's why I was excited to announce the Yuma Clinic, because our Yuma is growing. And so we do need a standalone space to grow out our clinic and provide more modern amenities for us. Yes, sir.
On the homeless, what's the biggest reason they become homeless?
That's a great question. And what we could do is, I don't know the answer to that question, but maybe for your next meeting, we would love to invite our homeless section outreach department, and they can give you an update on the homeless veteran situation in Tucson. So I think, Monica, I think this would be great for Dr. Tatum to come out to this group and kind of share the impact of your donations, what they make to help homeless veterans get housing, and kind of all the services we offer to educate. Would you like that for your group? We can invite we'll invite Dr. Tatum out and his team. He'd love to come out here and share what they're doing in Tucson and in the community to help combat veteran homelessness. And there's a lot of factors, and he's our subject matter expert on that, so he can answer your questions, down with you guys, and talk to you more about how we can support, because it is one of the Secretary of the VA's top priorities: homelessness, veteran homelessness, and suicide prevention. So, any other questions? All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much. This is wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, Bill Barkley, if you would come up, Bill, and talk about enrollment and benefits, that would be wonderful.
Good morning. I work at eligibility and enrollment. Not only do I enroll veterans, but we're also the center of getting started with HUD-VASH, HUD-VASH, caregiver support, community care, all kinds of different things. We have multiple offices. One is for phone calls. The other one's basically face-to-face, which is located in Building 50, Room 156. Someone one day told me that they'd pay me to help all my brothers and sisters get enrolled in the VA healthcare. So I said, sign me up and everything. But it's phenomenal, the multitude of different programs and avenues that we've got. Not only, a lot of times, not only do we enroll veterans, but we also have different avenues to help with, like caregiver support, home-based primary care, Service Connect disability, different things that really make a life-changing avenue in the veteran's home and life, which is very nice and everything. Did anybody have any questions? Yes.
How many people, since we're really we're all volunteer, come into the VA healthcare after their service?
Quite a few, but the sad part is a lot of people, we always hear, well, I never went to war, so I didn't think I was eligible. Or we have people, I'm 10% service connected only for my hearing, so I can only be seen for my hearing. It's not true. It's a full-on hospital and eligible for almost everything. So the main thing is the knowledge and getting out to the population.
The release of information, it used to be open from 8 to 4. Now it's open from 8 to 12. What's the reason for that?
It's back to 8 to 4. It shut down, or it limited its hours to get caught back up. They got a little bit behind, so they had to do that so that they could get caught back up. But it's back open 8 to 4. Yes, sir.
I tried to enroll in the VA one time. They said I was a your age, what month, so what's the threshold?
Single gross household income is 41,471. Married, I don't have that one memorized. It just came out. There, there's a financial stipulation, yes, sir. Um, if you're free next week, I'll see you over in building 50, room 156, seat number 6, and everything. I love that because the part of the eligibility and enrollment is also having all the knowledge to look for any and everything to make you eligible.
They used to have a rule in place that when you applied, you could not report your income and say you'll do co-payments only. Is that still in place?
No, sir, that would automatically put you in priority group 8G, which is a rejected status. Yes, sir. This is my favorite part about the job is all the questions.
When we do have closer to when we need help at home,
Mhm.
do we come to the eligibility office? Is that we're already eligible? I've only brought people down to see if they're eligible at that office
We have
for VA assistance. But when we get to the point where we need help at home, where do we go?
see there's the family caregiver support group, which can be family members trained to become a caregiver to the family. There's also caregivers support, which is outside that come in. There's also home-based primary care.
I would walk in.
The PAC team social worker and the primary care doctor. Do I?
Where do you go?
When
I just walk in, where
Mhm.
do I go?
Does he have a doctor at the VA? So your doctor, each PAC team has a social worker. So the doctor and the social worker.
Northwest Clinic for us.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Also, the social worker, if you need an advance directive medical power of attorney, the PAC team social worker would be who you would talk to, and they'd assist with filling it out and getting it put into your records. Everybody comes asking us that question.
I'm sorry, we're getting that age. I'm old, so we're getting that age. We're going to be incapacitated. So, how do you get into a VA home when you no longer can take care of yourself?
Once again, the social worker would assist with that. But as far as the vet state home, you'd have to be 70% or higher service connected disability for the vet state home. But as far as extended care homes or, assisted living, the social workers have different avenues that they can go to assist with that.
So if you're at 70%, you can get in there.
Yes, sir. Also, I've got applications, I've got any brochures, I've got maps of the facility because it is a very large facility, easy to get lost. And the nice thing about it is if you ever see anybody with a lanyard, just ask them. They'll walk you where you need to go or point you in the correct direction. That's what I love about the VA is everybody's there to help. So. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He was just saying thank you for all of the wheelchairs and the assistants out there getting to the appointments. They've got their own eligibility or to sign up for it. The vet stayed home. That's
Many years ago, the VA donated that land where the state home is to the state of Arizona to build a state veterans home. So it's separate from our campus. And again, I don't know the eligibility requirements to get into that home, but the land we did donate I don't know what year, but it was many, many years ago to build that home. So it's been there since I've been at the VA. So that's why it's on there. It's on the south side of the campus. After you come to Ajo, yeah, that goes around. Yep. Yep. And actually, if you go in through the gates and go into the entrance, I've been in there a couple times. It's actually really nice on the inside, but yeah, the state runs it. The Arizona Department of Veteran Services has a webpage, AZDVS. You can Google it. They have all the information about the state homes. You can call somebody. I have no idea what the requirements are, but yeah, it's 100% run through the state, like the state run veteran cemeteries. Same thing. They're run through the state, and I believe they have their eligibility requirements, but I believe they largely follow the VA for the cemetery for this benefit. But the state, I don't know what criteria they follow, but you can look it up and ask.
The cemetery only follows it for the veteran. The spouse has to pay to be buried out there. It's minimal, but they do have to pay to be buried out there. Same with National Guard and reservists. They have to pay to be buried out there as well. That's just a state requirement.
I'm sorry to keep asking, but so if I meet state requirements, I can ignore the VA.
So the VA has a larger spectrum of care, which you would have appointments to go and have a benefit to. The state home is long-term care, but it doesn't have that large a spectrum of services or care to provide you. So the state home is for long-term care, and the VA holds all those specialty and all the many services of care for you. So it's the hospital, and then the state home is the long-term care facility.
I understand that, but if I meet state requirements, can I get in?
If you meet state requirements and the capacity is there, you could get into the state home.
Is the VA treating non-veterans?
no, sir.
What about the federal witness program? What about the drug and alcohol issues?
If they're veterans, yes, sir. No, sir.
The reason why I'm saying that is because in the mid 80s, they were treating alcohol patients, addicted people, and they were treating federal witness protection program.
As far as alcohol rehab and drug rehab and stuff like that, we do open it up to veterans, even active duty. And you'd have to be eligible through the VA but even active duty for rehab. Any other questions? And if y'all don't mind, I was gonna leave some books for the VA. The VA, 3 different pillars, I always say. Veteran Health Administrative, which is a hospital. Veteran Benefit Administration, which is all the benefits, VA home loans, GI Bill, Service Connect Disability, and then the cemetery. I've got the big book, which is the Veteran Health Administration. And then I've got one of the Veteran Benefit Administration books, which also has a lot to do with cemetery and stuff like that in the back of the book. If you don't mind, I'll leave that with you. Okay.
Thank you, Monica and Luke and Bill for coming. We'd like to give you each a challenge coin from our organization. There we go. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh, Bill, you want to come over? Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Get rid of some of this shininess.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming. We are so blessed this month that we have no fallen veterans. So, and Bob Whalen, would you like to come up and say something?
Humorously, Dan Cook would say it's all because of the work that I've been doing as chaplain. And that's not true. But because we don't have any fallen veterans, what I would like to pass on to all of you is that you think about any friends, veterans, families, anybody that you feel might be in distress, that you be willing to reach out. I think reaching out to those in need is a very important aspect of what we can do with each other. Thank you.
Since Gordon's not here today, I'm going to give the treasurer's report. On 1/5, an amount of $1,000, Jean and Mary Milbreath gave a donation to our organization. There's an anonymous donation for $100. People don't want me to say their names. So on 1/7, there was $450 in membership dues. And I just want to say membership dues can be paid for 2026, but it is strictly on a voluntary basis. We don't want anybody not to come to our meetings and be a member of our organization if they don't want to pay the $25. But a lifetime donation is $175, Steve, $175 if you want to pay it for a lifetime. There was $72 in the tin can, and a $200 donation from Andrew Strock. Jim McClure, on 1/13, he paid his membership dues. Bingo donations were $145. And Jack Bartleson gave 25. Lewis Stolzer gave 30. Diane Swanson gave 20. Carol Bartleson gave 20. Deborah Fetcher gave 10. Andrea Farrell, 10. Patty Newberry, 30. And Judy D'Amato gave 20. So that came out to $165 because Tim found an extra $20 from the bingo donations. And our expenses last month on 1/7, Dennis Abrams paid $76 for his donuts. The VA, on 1/9, we gave $1,000. We gave $1,200 to the Honor Flight of Arizona and $500 to MIAP, that was missing in action. And Old Pueblo Community, we gave $500. So the ending balance was $6,092 on 1/31. The new membership dues, I paid 25, Don Seymour paid 25, Bob Whalen 25, Carol Taylor gave 25 plus a $10 donation extra. Dennis gave 25, Ron Predux 25, Errol Seppi 25, Joe Anderson 25, Roger Steen 25, Larry Williams 25, Jim Smith paid 25, and Joyce Taylor, where are you, Joyce? She paid a lifetime of 175. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I just want to say that this month is National Salute to Hospitalized Veterans that is held during the week of Valentine's Day. And we donated 30 goodie bags. There's some heart stress balls in there and some candy and stuff. We donated 30 bags that Monica is going to take with her today and give out. The staff will give out to the veterans down there during Valentine's week. We still have our challenge coins. They're $10 a piece. And Dick Two and Malcolm Potter are still handling anybody who wants to have a veteran's shirt monogrammed. Larry, I'd like to welcome any new or returning attendees. Do we have any? Yes. Larry's going to give you the mic and you can stand up and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Bob Silvani, former owner here. We had some illness in the family, so we had to sell our house. We're renting today, and we're looking to maybe buy a place. It's great to be back. We love it down here, right? So, thank you very much. Hold on.
Anybody else? Any new or returning attendees?
New York State. And now I think I'm back.
Okay. Okay. All right, Larry, you want to come up, or do you want me to say about the flag? Okay. For the good of the cause, we're putting up flags for the President's Day on February 16th. We need some volunteers, anybody that wants to come help. We usually start at 7 a.m. in the morning, and we take them down at 7 p.m. So, oh, I'm sorry, about 6 o'clock. Okay. Okay. So anybody that wants to help volunteer, we'd be glad for the extra help. And we will meet down at the center and distribute the flags, and we'll go from there. February 16th, 7 a.m. in the morning. And then we take them down at 6 o'clock in the evening. Anything else for the good of the cause? Oh, yes, absolutely. You want to come up or? Oh, okay. Our Rustic Spurs events is coming up February 19th. We had our first ticket sale day yesterday and did very, very well. But we can seat up to, we have 2 seatings, one at 3:30 and one at 6 o'clock. and we can seat up to 90 people at each concert setting. Yes. You want to come on? Come on. You're one of the Rustic Spurs, so come on up and talk. Yeah.
I'm Herb Hamill. I'm one of the members of the trio, Rustic Spurs. And this will be our third year out of 6 years. I think this will be our third time. And it's a great fundraiser. Of course, you know, I'm one of the other members of the trio is coming from Texas, driving out here. And he'll be here for the concert as well. Some of you look like you're working your way towards my age. And if that's the case, you'll remember the snowy televisions and the Saturday matinees where Roy and Gene, Sons of the Pioneers, that's our kind of music. We don't do country music. We do cowboy and Western swing music. It's gathered around the mic. It's a lot of three-part harmony. You know a lot of people in this community. Please invite them to come and support the Veterans Concert. It's a great fundraiser, and we're very happy to do it again.
Okay, so our next meeting will be March 4th, and please, everybody come back and see what we're all about. And I always put in our communicator that we always welcome veterans that live here and haven't attended any of our meetings, just need to come out. So if you know people that are veterans, men and women, we would gladly have everybody come and see what we're all about and have some coffee and donuts. Okay, if there's nothing else, then we adjourn. Oh, yes, Bruce. Yeah, we would really love to have people tell us their experience. Okay. All right. Thank you.